I'm Kai. I'm originally from Germany, but I've been living in Shanghai for 21 years now. I'm by background a PhD chemist, but why I'm here today is because I like watching birds and taking photos of birds. At some point I just read about people liking birds and watching birds, so I started looking for them a little bit in the neighborhood. And then I took some photos of them with a cheap camera and found that interesting, and then it just escalated from there, so that now I really spend a lot of time on that. My car is a little bit embarrassing because you can see it's very dirty. The reason, because I like to go bird watching, you often take roads that are dirty, and I don't really care anymore about how the car looks. What you can see inside is there's a foldable bike inside there, because some of these places you can only get to by a bicycle. In the back there's a lot of birding stuff. Sometimes I get stuck in the mud, so I have these plastic things to get me out of the mud. I have food here, like these heat up rice things. I have spare clothes because sometimes I get wet. I have some things like strings to pull the car out of the mud if necessary. And I have some things to prepare to hide myself from birds, like some camouflage nets and stuff. I would say there are 3 places I really like in Shanghai. In winter I like to go to Chongming-Dongtan. That is where you can find cranes and raptors. And another place for winter is Tianmashan. That's where some birds, forest birds, winter that are hard to see elsewhere. In summer, particularly during migration, Nanhui is a great place. There is this thing called the Southeast Asia Pacific Flyway, which is essentially a migration route that the birds take when they breed in the north and spend the winter in the south. And Nanhui is on the coast and it lies on this flyway, so you have a lot of species that are usually not in Shanghai but on migration just for a few days. They pass through that because it's on that flyway. That makes it very interesting. I love owls, so there's something called the Oriental Scops owl, Hong Jiao Xiao, I think in Chinese. That's a very cute little bird. I love cats, and I have 13 cats at home, all ex-homeless cats. And of course, if you look at owls are sort of the equivalent to cats, and even in the Chinese name Mao Tuying, which is my favorite Chinese word, because I think it's such a cute name to give owls. Compared to just watching birds, I think it's good because you can spend more time with the birds, you can appreciate the beauty more. And the other thing, there's something you can share with other people. I have 2 different websites. One is one where I just post my photos, just if you want to look at beautiful bird photos, that's one thing. And the other is a lot more work and maybe more challenging. It's a cooperative blog website where different authors write about birds and their experiences with birds. I write some for these, but I have like 20 different writers. We have about 2 new posts every day. It's 2 things. One is I just like communicating with people, sharing things, writing. And the other is I think the more people know about birds, care for birds, the better it will be for the birds. To say something positive, what is good, they have this hotline when sometimes I report like there's people catching birds with a net and so on. I call them, or I ask some Chinese friend to call them, and they react very quickly. And there has been a lot less catching of birds in Shanghai. I've seen some of these habitat cleaning activities. The younger birders, like 30 and below or 40 and below, they are very environmentally conscious. And then there are these bird watching activities. I just got invited to another one where they sight birds and list them, so that's good. I think generally it's positive for the younger people.